The American War of Independence wasn't just a rebellion, it was the birth of a nation. From 1775 to 1783, the 13 American colonies fought the world's strongest empire, and won. But to understand why, we have to rewind. After Britain's costly victory in the 7 Years' War, the empire was broke. So, it started taxing its American colonies, without giving them a say in Parliament. That didn't sit well. Tensions flared. In 1770, British troops fired on protesters in the Boston Massacre. Then came the infamous Boston Tea Party in 1773, where colonists dumped British tea into the harbor. Britain hit back hard with the Intolerable Acts. In response, colonial leaders like George Washington, John Adams, and Samuel Adams met in Philadelphia to push back. At first, they weren't demanding independence, just fairness. Then in April 1775, shots rang out in Lexington and Concord. The war had begun. The Second Continental Congress chose George Washington to lead the new Continental Army. At first, the odds weren't great. Undertrained troops, low morale, and not enough supplies. But public opinion was shifting. Thanks to Thomas Paine's fiery pamphlet Common Sense, more Americans began calling for independence. On July 4, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was adopted. Written mostly by Thomas Jefferson, it boldly announced that the colonies were now the United States of America. But Britain wasn't backing down. It sent 34,000 troops to New York. Washington was forced to retreat, but struck back with surprise victories in Trenton and Princeton, lifting American spirits. Then came the turning point, the Battle of Saratoga in 1777. It convinced France to join the war on America's side. Soon after, Spain joined too. In 1781, a combined American and French force surrounded the British at Yorktown, Virginia. With French ships blocking reinforcements, the British surrendered. It was the war's final blow. 2 years later, the Treaty of Paris officially ended the war. Britain recognized American independence, the first time a colony had broken free from the empire. George Washington would become the new nation's first president. The revolution created a republic without a king and inspired democratic movements around the world. But it was far from perfect. Slavery still existed. Women and non-landowning white men couldn't vote. The promise of freedom for all would take generations to even begin to materialize. Still, the revolution lit a fire, one that would shape not just a country, but the world. The American Revolution wasn't just about war, it was about an idea that people could rule themselves. It wasn't easy, it wasn't perfect, but it was the beginning. Subscribe for more from the U.S. History Vault, where the past comes alive.